come a point where you just can't rely on Martial anymore? I mean, this is a constant thing where you have him back in the team and you're playing well and then he's out. I mean, what's his problem?
He's not always available, but also I see the other side of when he is available, and he was never 100% this season, but he had a big impact every time he is available, even when he is at 80, 85 or 90%. So we are doing everything, and Anthony Martial is doing everything. I think Anthony Martial is the player who spent the most hours at Carrington in this season, to return, to recover, to get back. It's really so a pity for us and for him, and it's so it's a disappointed, and he's not always available as we notice, and we want him to be always available because that will improve our game, because routines, who can come routines when you're not always available?
Is it the same injury that keeps recurring?
No, every time in different areas.
And what is it at the minute?
In a minute, he has a hip.
Samuel.
Erik, the number of players who are in discussions with new contracts. Are you any close to having David De Gea, Diogo Dalot, Alejandro Garnacho on new long-term deals?
No, when we have news, we will straight inform you.
And with the midfield situation where you've had this blow of Eriksen falling out of the team for a number of months, Casemiro's missing 3 games, Sabitza's obviously coming on loan, but does that increase the need for a new midfielder to come in permanently in the summer?
I think summer plans, of course, we have an idea on the long term, and then you look 2-3 windows ahead, and so we have that long-term plan. But also, you have to revisit that plan every time because about developments. So, for instance, who should expect Garnacho in this development? So that changes your approach to the window.
Paul.
On the other hand, Anthony Santos, what's his injury and how long will he be out for?
I don't know. I don't think it's a long time, but we have to see how it develops the coming days.
Okay. And is it a muscle injury or is it something else?
No, it's in his leg, but I can't specify. You will understand that.
And Jadon Sancho's obviously come back in the last couple of matches. How do you think he's adapted to life back here at Carrington?
He's good. I think we have seen last week he came in and he did really well. So it was also a pity. It was one of the about the consequences about the send off of Casemiro that I couldn't bring him because we have to get the draw and we had to make other subs because I planned him to bring on. So in that process it was also a setback for us. So if you see all each other, we are very happy with that win over Crystal Palace. But the sent away, and of course it gives, once again, it gives a good, and it shows of it express very good spirit we have in the team, and it gives definitely also the team more encouraging and more motivation and more confidence. But it was bad in very a lot of aspects.
Rob.
You spoke before about preferring that clubs have stability with managers. When you look at the rebuild that you need to do here and your role in it, can you see yourself here possibly for 10, 15 years? Do you think that's even possible at football clubs these days?
I don't think about that. So I always think about the long term. In every club where I was, I have been thinking about long-term work to build a culture, to build a way of play, to develop players, develop the team obviously, and think on the long term also in contract, and so in windows, because I think that's the way. So thinking about the long term and acting in the long way, and so I stayed also with many clubs a long time, and nowadays in football. So I'm not here for 1 year. I'm longer. I see it as a long-term project to build here, and how long it is, we have to see. Today you can't tell.
Dave.
A couple of weeks ago, Erik, you said that
you're a better side with Anthony Martial in it. Obviously, Wout Weghorst has come in. I mean, is it frustrating for you that you have to play a slightly different way with Weghorst in the team and not Martial, because they're different players, aren't they? Is that frustrating that you feel that the team is best suited with Martial?
No, I think in many scenarios I can see also to be very good with Wout, and another scenario would be better with Martial. But I think Martial has some capabilities. So skills-wise, he can be more variable. But what is definitely the case is that Wout Weghorst is doing a real good job for us in pressing. His movements, his offensive movements are very good. He is the one who makes our players around him play better, to create spaces, and also I think he had some contribution in the box. But also I think we have, as a team, we have to work on that, to coordinate it better, because to anticipate on his movements, because his movements are good. He was also quite a lot of times he was close, like the header on the post. I think it was against Forest. It was a penalty against Forest, what he didn't get. So he had many good action, and I think already he had a lot of contribution to our performance and to our results in this moment.
People look at the fact he's got 1 goal since he came here, but you don't look at it that way. You see the all-round contribution as showing that it was worth bringing him in.
Yeah. So especially for strikers, most of the times it takes time. Ressi in the start of the season, and we discuss it often. And every time I said, "Will come," I've told you, "Will come." We have to work on the routines. The team around has to act better, but I see his potential. And same I see with Wout, he will go to score. But in the meantime, do the other stuff, do it good, because it's about not scoring individual, it's scoring from the team, and the team has to win. And I think he's doing a very good job in this moment. So in several aspects of football.
Last question, Chris.
Hi, Erik. You said before that you wouldn't appeal against the red card on Saturday, but would you at least complain or seek an explanation about what's been going on? Because as you explained after that game, it wasn't just that game, it was the Palace game and Martinez, it was the Reading game and Andy Carroll and Eriksson. Will you at least look into it and seek some kind of explanation of what's happened?
Yeah, I think it won't help. I think I don't want to lose too much on such issues. I have to focus on the performance of my team.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.